Huddle up, everyone. Today's video, we're going to be going over the waiver wire 6 pickups. Now, the first pickup is going to be Claypool. I think he is worth burning your first waiver wire pickup for him. And if it's fab, you know, I'd be willing to, it depends on your need for it, but I'd be willing to burn at least $25 for him. I think he's going to be an absolute stud. Watching him play, I mean, he was getting away from people. He was fast. He was making great, spectacular catches. I mean, the guy is just a playmaker. He's exactly what I want Diontae Johnson to be. The problem is Diontae Johnson can't stay on the field. And if he's out, again, Claypool is going to be a beast. And I don't know what's going on with Juju, but Claypool is just looking great. I mean, he looks like he's going to be the Antonio Brown replacement and not Juju. My next one is actually another wide receiver with Travis Fulgham for the Philadelphia Eagles. He looked spectacular. Now, all of his plays, if you go back and watch it, and he had a lot of catches that game, he was not really breaking away from wide receivers, but he could make contested catches like crazy. And he would get hit and he'd hold on to the ball. I mean, he was just doing fantastic. So he's my next guy that I'd pick up. I'd almost be okay burning a waiver wire on him depending on your need. And if it's fab, I wouldn't mind dropping an additional amount for him. See maybe if you can get him for a little bit less, because I think most people are going to be bidding on Claypool. So you might be able to get him for a little bit lower if you bid for him, but that would be my next pickup. Now, if you're hurting for quarterback, I absolutely love Andy Dalton, okay? Andy Dalton is by no means a great quarterback, but for fantasy purposes, with that offense, he is going to do great. I actually thought Dak was an average passing quarterback. I mean, he was putting up phenomenal numbers this year, and for fantasy football, he's great at mobility and throwing outside the pocket. But Andy Dalton can show that in his fantasy years with the Bengals prior to the past 2 years, he was on fire. And this is actually going to be the best offense that he was with. And Andy Dalton can easily give you top 10 quarterback fantasy points each week. So if you're desperate for a quarterback, I wouldn't mind looking Andy Dalton's way, especially with that high-powered Dallas offense. Now, this guy shouldn't be available, but just make sure to check in case Madison for the Minnesota Vikings is available. Check it with Cooks potentially going down. He did come back into the game. He went down, came back for one play, and then went back out. He might not be out for long, but you know he might be worth picking up maybe if Cooks misses any time. But he's usually the number one handcuff, so I don't think anybody would have been dropping him anyway. But he still is like available in like 50% of Yahoo leagues. You guys, that's it for the video. If you guys liked it, hit that like button. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next huddle. Ready, break!